Boos, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Tara Diana. I'm an empowerment medium, and this is the Spirit Essence Show. I am so glad you're here with me today, babies. Whether you're live, watching the replay, or Spirit gently dropped you into this space exactly when you needed it, I'm glad you're here with me. So before we do anything else, let's take a grounding breath. Let's breathe in so that we are not here fixing anything. We're not analyzing anything. Release, we're just arriving, babies. Excellent. I love that. We are comfortable. We are in a space that is all about connection and about trust. And it's about remembering that Spirit doesn't like shout at us, right? Spirit guides us. And that's why we have spirit teams. Another topic, another time. But today we are especially talking about staying in our power. This is something I've wanted to talk about for a couple weeks now, but I really wanted it to land, so I had to sit with it. And we're going to talk about staying in your power when things don't always unfold the way that we expect them to. That word, expectation. So settle in, babies, get comfortable, and let's begin. This topic. Okay, I want to talk about something real today. Recently, I had an experience on platform giving messages that really made me take a pause, like for real pausing. If you know me, if you've seen me work on platform, you know I'm not a broad message kind of gal. That's not the mediumship I practice, just not how I work. I like Spirit to say, go there, say this now. The least amount of work I have to do, baby, the better. I let spirits trust in the process. So I'm used to Spirit saying, please go to the woman sitting in the front row. Please go over here to the man. Or even seeing a spirit standing over them doing this, like here. But this time Spirit was like, my team was not doing the do with me. And Spirit kept giving me these broader impressions. And honestly, I didn't like it because I'm not used to working that way with Spirit, right? It always feels slightly performative to me. No shade to anyone. We all work differently. But it always feels a little bit like, how come you're not just getting the message? And it's just not my style. Fair enough, right? Again, no shade. I felt connected to someone, though. And I really felt connected, but I wasn't 100% sure. And I did the exact opposite of what I would normally do. I would still go to that person normally and be like, hey, boo, can I come to you? And see if it landed. So instead of doing that and going straight to them like I normally would, I put the message out broadly. This side of the room I'm feeling, etc., etc. And they couldn't take it. No one could take it. That's not my thing. So I finished giving the message the best I could, because I always feel the message has got to be said. Regardless if someone can take it or not, the message is going to land with someone somehow. Because remember, when you go to things like platform mediumship, message nights, all those things, there's a reason that certain people are in the room, and the messages, whether they're for you, straight up for you or not, doesn't really matter, because it may resonate with you anyway. So this person, the whole room couldn't take the message, so I sat back down. And as I'm sitting there, the other mediums are giving messages. I distinctly heard Spirit say, no, go back, give more. So they gave me some more detail, more evidence, and I went back up and I delivered it as clearly as I could. And still, the person couldn't take it. The room couldn't take it. And I didn't go and directly say, are you sure this isn't for you? I don't know what I was doing. It was a weird thing, so I sat back down again. Now I'm questioning what in the holy HE double hockey sticks is happening here. This is not my thing, and who's in my way? That's what I'm feeling. Mediums go up, they do their messages. I go to another person, and again, I'm feeling strong evidence, strong feeling, and I gave it a little broadly. I was making eye contact with the person. They kept looking elsewhere. And again, they couldn't take it. So at this point, I'm sitting beside two very strong mediums. And I'm thinking, what is going on here, Spirit? Why is my team not doing what we do so well together? And Spirit said clearly, go back. Go directly to her and ask her this. So I did. I went back to a particular woman. I asked her if she had anyone in her family who had adopted children. Now, it took her a moment, and then she was like, well, yes, my aunt. And then suddenly, everything clicked, like for real. Because I had felt mother energy, and I had expressed that. I feel mother energy. And an aunt who adopts children absolutely carries mother energy. So spirit wasn't wrong. Can't be wrong. It was the aunt. I wasn't wrong. Hallelujah. Amen. The translation just needed to be refined. So once she said to me, well, you said mother energy. And my mother's still alive, and my mother didn't adopt, and she went through that. But this is my aunt, and everything else you said hits the nail on the head. She just couldn't see that because I said mother. Now, that hasn't happened to me in like forever. But it gets better. At the end of the evening, the woman I originally felt the message for came up to me. And she said, you talked about a grandmother and jewelry. I didn't know my great-grandmother, but I did know my grandmother, who was very close to me. And so I didn't put the two together because I truly believe you were talking about my great-grandmother and a piece of jewelry she gave me, but I couldn't get past it. And I was like, the rest of the message? And she was like, I can totally take it. And I thanked her for giving me that. And we had a little bit of a chuckle. And I was a little frustrated, not going to lie. And Spirit said to me, now do you trust? And I was like, I always trust the process. I always trust the process. But I went in there not feeling comfortable in the space. And I let it affect me at my human level. I don't do that. That tells me something about the space I was in, but it also tells me something about myself. It was time to get myself back in order because I know that not every message lands immediately. I know this. I know that like not every message is received in the moment. How many times have people come back to me later and said, oh my God, I know who Uncle Fred was, or, oh, I totally know who you were talking about now, or I understand that I did do that, whatever. They always come back. They always do. I never doubt. And sometimes Spirit stretches us, I believe. Not to take us out of our power, guys. That's not what I'm talking about. Spirit does not want us out of our power, but to deepen it, to remind you, right, that it's easy to slip out of your space, right? Because we're spirits having a human experience, period. And if you're intuitive, or learning to trust your intuition, I want you to hear this like as loud as you possibly can. You are not wrong just because someone can't take the message yet, okay? You are not failing because Spirit refines you, gives you a little bit of a kick in the butt, a reminder, right? And you are never meant to shrink yourself to make others comfortable, period. Hard stop. So, lesson for me, absolutely. Trust what you receive, refine it, and let Spirit do the rest. I had to go with the flow. And Spirit kept saying, don't stop. Don't stop. You got this. Let them catch up with you. And I love that. I love that. So I wanted to share that because there was some trepidation happening up there, which is not normal. And it's, I'm the caliber of mediumship up there. We were all do it differently, but we were all fully capable, experienced mediums. No one was up there in ego yet I felt there were people in the audience that were judging. And I truly believe that's what took me out of my power. Normally, I don't give a flying fluff, right? I that's just not me. I just don't care. But there's other circumstances that were leading to me feeling vulnerable and unsafe. And I let that happen into my readings, and then I was all over the place. And then at the end, it all worked out anyway. So why go through so much drama? That's a Tara thing, but I'm going to leave that with you. So on that note, I want us to return to trust and inner authority. I've been sitting in that, and I've made some big changes since that happened. And even before that, I was in the midst of making changes in my space and who I surround myself with and what that looks like and what I let other people put on me as a practicing medium who does this, full time. I was making changes. So now let's all make a little bit of a connection. Not a little bit. Let's make a powerful connection back to ourselves. So let's close our eyes. Let's bring ourselves into a space that is comfortable and easy and relaxing, and just let my words, Spirit's words, work through you. Easy peasy. If it feels safe, close your eyes. If not, soften your gaze. Take a slow breath in through the nose and release through the mouth. Again, in and out. Now, imagine yourself standing in a wide open space. Nothing pulling at you, babies. Nothing demanding your attention. Just you in a space. I want you to feel your feet grounding into the earth. Supported, steady, solid, held. Bring your awareness to your heart space. Not forcing it. I just want you to notice. And here, just say in your mind's eye, I trust what I receive. I trust what I receive. If doubt shows up, that's okay, babies. We're not pushing it away. We're just letting it lead. Now imagine a steady light forming around you. Calm, knowing, grounded. Good. This light is your intuitive authority. It doesn't need validation. It just simply is. Let that energy, that light run through you. If you work with spirit, with guides, loved ones, invite them in now, in whatever way feels aligned. You may feel warmth or pressure, emotion, a word. You may feel nothing at all. All of it is perfect. There is no right or wrong. We are just sitting here, breathing and trusting. I love that for us. So when you're ready, gently just come back. It is that simple. We have ignited our trust in ourselves, in spirit, and ready to move forward. Such a strong way to bring us back to ourselves and to spirit. Whatever that looks like for you, the God of your understanding, your spirit team, maybe you just believe in energy. It's all good as long as you trust. And when you're taken out of trust, that can cause all kinds of trepidation. That's like my word. We're all in trepidation of some sort. So learning how to bring yourself back to that space is everything, babies. I promise you this. So let's go into some distant healing though, because if we are working on our trust and we are now going to send out some beautiful energy to ourselves, to the people we love, to the people out there, the creatures, the world itself, let's just talk a little bit about distant healing. Before we begin, I think it's important to remind people that healing is not about curing. It does not require proximity. So a lot of the energy practitioners I work with do distant healing. That's what they call it, distant energy work. And it's not about curing. It's about allowing space to heal whatever needs to be healed. We don't know, right? We're guided. Even as energy practitioners, we are guided by spirit to do the work. So energy responds to intention, right? Awareness and presence. If you're doing it for the right reason, people are going to receive it. And when we consciously gather, my friends, like literally, we create a field, right? Think of it as a big field of all these beautiful souls. And within that field, healing knows exactly where to go, period. It just knows. You don't need to visualize it perfectly. You don't need to know exactly what you're sending to where. You don't need to force it to go, because presence is enough. Intention is enough. And what we're about to do is real, effective, and purposeful, even if you can't explain it in words. So let's close our eyes. Let's take a breath. Breath is everything, right? Breath just moves us. If you'd like healing for yourself or someone else, place their name in the comments below. Just think of them. And as the names come in, we're just going to place one hand on our heart and one on our belly. And we're going to silently say, I am open to giving and receiving in a way that feels aligned and supportive. Spirit, we ask that healing flows gently and intelligently to each name spoken and unspoken here. May it move where it's most needed, through the body, through emotions, through the mind, and through the energetic field. We do not force, we allow. And I'm going to say some names. I'm going to say Noella, Ken, Paula, Eric, Elias, Anthony, Melinda, Julian, Alana, Mike, so in this energy, let calm settle where there has been overwhelm. Let softness replace the tension, babies. Let clarity arrive where there has been confusion, guys. And now, Spirit, we expand this healing outward. May this energy reach those we cannot name, those who feel forgotten, those navigating grief and fear, illness, or exhaustion. May it reach homes and hospitals and communities and hearts quietly asking for support. Let this energy be all that we need, not to fix, not to interfere, but to remind ourselves and the individuals and all that is that we are not alone in this work of self-healing, self-love, self-worth, of healing for the collective, for others. And may this healing serve the greater good with compassion, balance, and respect for free will. And may it return to each of us grounded, gentle, and sustaining. I love it. I love it. Amen. Yay. And all those names that have been written in the comments, I see them, all that energy, we give with love, so much love, because we can, because we have it within us. And that's what I love. We have it within us. We can do this. So let's take one slow breath. Feel your body where you're sitting, babies, and gently bring yourself fully back into the space. Yes, good work. Yay! I love it. let's go into some messages. Let's shift from receiving to listening. When I was sitting with Spirit this morning and saying, hey, let's get together, let's do the work, I was drawn to some names. I know some people have reached out, so I've got them in here as well. But I'm going to do a shout out message to Tony. And Tony is, I'm positive, Tony, you are in Lillooet, Kamloops, Lytton, that kind of area. And this is a message that's coming through from your sister. I feel this is a woman that's been crossed over for some time, please. She's left children behind, please. I'm even going to go out and say that I believe this is Vanessa coming for Tony. She's coming in with a calm, steady reassurance. I feel powerful. I feel that she is stronger in spirit than she ever was on the earth plane. I feel like, I want to say, all lessons have been learned. She's gorgeous and shining, and I feel like she hasn't aged a day. And all her children are adulting now in some capacity, in some way, or very close to it. And she's recognizing struggles, but she's also saying that she sees how much support that they've had from you and your whole family. So when she comes in with this calmness, she's also acknowledging how much has changed in your life, Tony, since she's been gone. She's seeing this in such a beautiful way. And she's also saying that she knows that it hasn't been easy. The ups and downs, you've moved, your children have grown. She's acknowledging the emotional and mental weight of what you've carried. And you've carried it on behalf of her. You've carried it, she says, on behalf of your mother and father. She says she knows that you felt as though she left you high and dry because now you're the only child to look after them. She sees this. She's acknowledging it. The mental, the emotional, the physical, she's acknowledging it all. And she also says clearly, you've always come through though. You've always come through it, and you need to remember that. She's incredibly proud of you, Tony. And she supports the changes you're making because there feels like she's showing me like new endeavors, new moments, new people. And she wants you to know that these are all aligned. They're purposeful and for your highest and best. Okay? So she's standing with you, Tony. Standing right with you. And she's encouraging you to trust as well. And she's saying you're not walking alone, and you never were. Even when it felt like you absolutely were, because she wasn't physically here. She says to tell mom and dad how much she loves them. And she says to tell dad that she still hears him. She still hears him. And to say hi to the aunties and the cousins. And to reach out to her children and to subtly tell them she's thinking of them and with them. Okay, I'm going to leave that with Tony. I hope Tony gets this message. Maybe I'll try to figure out a way to find Tony. Okay, card pull is the next one up, and I feel a card pull for Cheryl, and I'm going to say it's either Arwin or Arin. I'm going to pull a card. Now, I'm going to pull a card from our deck, Stacy and I's deck. And I always use the big cards when I do this because they just show so beautifully. So this is a card pull for Cheryl, please. And when I'm pulling the card, my intention is, what do you need to know for you? Just for you. Not from spirits on the other side, per se, but from Spirit. From the God of your understanding, from the energy around you. What does Spirit need you to know? This isn't from a loved one necessarily, but oh, my favorite card, my absolute favorite card in the whole deck. This is it. You had the power all along, my dear. Glenda the Good Witch. This is the card. I'll just give it a little closer, put it right in front of my face. This is the card. I love this. This card, to me, is such a beautiful reminder, everyone, of how powerful we are and how many times we let ourselves dip because of other people's expectations, other people's judgments, because we get pulled down someone else's path, because we've been taught different thought patterns and behavioral patterns, and we follow those. And we don't always stand in our own truth and power. And this card to me says, I was going to swear, but I got myself. My team said no swearing. Girl, this card is just a reminder that you can. You can and you will. You can and you do. Sometimes you just don't realize it, and that's okay. I'm going to read you, actually, Cheryl, the back of the card. So this is a channeled message. I channeled all these cards through my master teacher, Kuan Yin. And yes, I did. And that is just the truth of the matter. Here's what she said. Beloved soul, the strength you seek has never been outside of you. Every challenge, every longing, every step has been guiding you back to the sacred truth within your heart. You are not in search of power. You are the embodiment of it. Trust the gentle wisdom that flows through you, for it will always carry you home. Now, the card at the back also has my little take on it. So we call it the Spicy Tara. Newsflash, Schlubby, you were never powerless. You've been carrying the spark the whole damn time. Stop waiting for someone to hand you permission or a magic wand. You are the wand. Time to own it. That's your card. That's for Cheryl. I love that. Remember that if you guys want to get a message from me, tap into spirit for you. I don't do that on whims. You can't just DM me anymore. I can't pull that together with all the other things going on. But you can certainly go to my website, Spirit Essence by Tara Diana, and there will be a little tab there that you can go click and you can request a message. And I do this every week, so come and watch every week and let's see what happens. Now, this was interesting because I really feel that when I do this work, it is all about people that really need to hear something. So the people that are drawn to it, the people that hear it, if you know someone that could take that and the message of self-trust and self-worth, send this to them. Just be like, hey, watch this woman babble about her stuff, because it will be relevant to you. You'll feel something from it. So I'd like to do a healing message right now for a Samantha, please. I feel that I feel like an emotional recalibration because there has been a physical alteration within you. And I'm feeling that you have been strong for a long time and that you will always be strong. That's just you. That's just you. You are strong. People know you're strong. People are inspired by you, and you've motivated many to do many things. So right now, healing looks like a little bit of a softening. Like, let people take care of you. Receive without guilt right now, Samantha. Really just let them take care of you and enjoy it. You're used to taking care of people. You're used to being that powerhouse. But your nervous system right now needs the kindness, needs the love, needs the rest. Your heart needs reassurance that you're going to be okay, and you will be. Absolutely 100%. I feel it. No diagnosis. I feel like you're taking the steps you need to make you feel well. Healthy body, mind, and spirit. And spirit says you're doing better than you think. So take it. I love that for you. Okay. Whew. Messages. No, that's what I think I have for today, friends. So thank you for being here, babies, for showing up, for trusting the process. That is like my go-to slogan. If you know, you know. I would love to have a bumper sticker business because I feel like I could have so many cool bumper stickers. Spirit doesn't stretch us to take us out of our power. And I have to be reminded of that once in a blue moon. Spirit stretches us to remind us we have it. The power, right? So be gentle with yourself today. Drink some water, rest if you need to, and trust what you receive, even when it doesn't land exactly the way you were hoping it will. Okay? I'll see you soon, and stay divine, lovies.